need people to understand the climate that we're living in. The climate that we're living in. We told y'all how this thing was going to be unfolding. We said it the last time this thug was in the Oval Office. Now what you're seeing is this thing now on steroids. You now are seeing not only cops unleashing, being emboldened. You're now seeing other folk emboldened. You are seeing the absolute craziness that takes place. You're seeing how these people are treated. Take the case of this Shiloh Hendrix, okay? Shiloh Hendrix. Now, some of you have seen the video of Shiloh Hendrix attacking a black child. Caught on video, having no problem at all being absolutely racist in these attacks on a playground. Let me show you this video. I know a lot of y'all have seen it, but I want you to understand how the racists are just jumping out of the woodworks. Watch this.
Did you call the word? It is not business. You call him a. Okay, why don't you have the boss to say it right now again? Fuck you, Nick. All right, that's what you say.
You're not digging into people's shit, you dumb fuck.
Nobody dig into your shit.
A little fucking kid just did, you dumbass.
That little kid, you call him a little child?
What if he acts like one instead of...
Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child 5-year-old the N-word.
If that's what he's gonna act
That's what you're gonna call him.
That's what he's gonna act like.
You know, that's a hate speech. And you can be recorded for that.
I don't give a shit. Fuck off.
Okay, we'll see about that, what the internet has to say about you.
The guy who's shooting that says, we'll see about that, what the internet has to say. Now, this wasn't the only video. That was a different video. Okay, so watch this one here.
Call him a child? Did you call the child the word?
Yeah, spoiler alert. While I censor it, she uses...
Now, again, this of course, is, you see this gentleman, he does a lot of these videos breaking these things down. Now, she is attacking a kid while she's carrying a kid. But I want y'all to understand what's going on in terms of how the racists are just so excited by this. Then you have, again, the racists like Matt Walsh, of course, of the Daily Wire, and he's an absolute white supremacist. He has no problem supporting racists. So listen to what he talked about.
It is, in the end, a net positive that this woman has raised $500,000. I'm glad she has. I hope she raises $1 million. I will not be joining with some of my conservative friends in wagging my finger at her donor. And I'll explain why. First of all, she does have a legitimate need for the money. The mob is truly trying to get her killed. I don't believe that a woman should have her life threatened saying a word, even a bad one. And you could say freedom of speech, but not freedom from consequences for your speech, all you want. But if losing your livelihood and having your house burned down is a consequence of your speech, then you do not have free speech. Supporting free speech means supporting someone's ability to speak without having their family murdered for it. Okay, I mean, that should be pretty obvious. Second, more importantly, and the part that I really need everyone to stop and think about. This is the most devastating attack on cancel culture that we have seen, possibly ever. Shiloh Hendrix has, without really trying, effectively ended cancel culture. As Mark Dice said in his video about the incident, Shiloh is the final boss of cancel culture, or maybe rather the final boss that cancel culture has to fight. And I think that's right.
Here's what we have to understand on the Congo. These racists love this because they're like, oh yeah, we're winning. We now get to call you, we get to call you the N-word. We get to call you any of these things. And you know what? We're going to stand up and support our fellow bigots. We're going to come to their aid. We are going to do whatever is necessary to support them, to back them up. And the number is, somebody put right here. Someone said, this tweet is, Shiloh Hendrix doubles down after winning the racist lottery. Okay? And then you see right here where she is, she got no problem with her post at Anglo-Saxon girl using the N-word. And look at this here. Help me protect my family. My name is Shiloh, and I love this here. I have been put in a very dire situation. I recently had a kid steal from my 18-month-old son's diaper bag at a park. I called the kid out for what he was. That's the N-word. Another man who we recently found out has had a history with law enforcement proceeded to record and follow me to my car. He then posted these videos online, which has caused my family and myself great turmoil. My social security number has been leaked. My address and phone number have been given out freely. My family members are being attacked. My eldest child may not be going back to school. Even where I exercise has been exposed. Now, in this post here, you see, and this is supposedly a Christian platform. The goal is to raise $1 million. It's at $334,000. My understanding, it's exceeded $700,000. So the racists and the bigots are saying, oh, no. We've got to protect this fellow racist. We've got to protect this bigot. We've got to have this bigot's back. So by God, we are going to make as much, we're going to sit here and raise as much money as we can. They're on this platform called Give, Send, Go. That's where they've been raising the money. And give me 1 second, because I want to pull this up. So folk can understand how these racists are doing. And again, they're being aided by conservative media. Conservative media is loving it. Now, here's what's crazy. If you go on here, you type her name in, you literally see legal, emergency, family, medical, emergency. You see all of these, efforts to raise money for Shiloh Hendrix. Now, the question is, what's legitimate? But we do know about $700,000 has been raised. That's what's crazy. These races are coming together and saying, yeah, here we go. One of our own. That's right. That bigot used the N-word. We got her back 100%.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you brought up the GoFundMe platform, because other platforms have no problems canceling donations and returning the money when something is found to be controversial. And I'd be very surprised to see what would happen on this website if somebody put up something that was deemed anti-Semitic. Would they cancel that? I'm very skeptical as it relates to that as well. So the hypocrisy is real, because they on there, they basically said, we don't, make judgments and so on and so forth. I would like to know where the caretakers of this child are, and if they're filing any lawsuits relating to child endangerment or something, because they're going to need to have some money raised for them as well. This was the same situation we saw with Daniel Penny in New York, and that whole situation. And now he's working for a Trump, Trump billionaire. This idea of just legal, what did Dr. King say? You can't legislate morality, but you can regulate behavior. This idea that this behavior is just going to be allowed and be platformed and people are going to be able to make money off of it. She's probably a future Fox contributor. This goes right in line with how you came back from the break in terms of talking about the police officer. White supremacy is being platformed in every way, shape, and form. And I am not I don't even know. I haven't followed this enough to know if all of those things she's talked about are actually happening.
Right.
The only thing missing from her was the white tears, right?
Oh no! First of all, look, you got them. This is the actual. They've raised $677,258. 25,413 people have donated, and you see right here. You see the list of donations, and look at her. Where do I even begin? The overwhelming support that my family and myself have received is unbelievable. I have never felt so scared yet reassured in my life. It's truly a whirlwind of emotions. You're a racist. This woman is no different than the White Citizens Council. She's no different than the hooded Klan folks. Oh, so you're now scared to death because somebody exposed your racism and your bigotry. And now you're mad that, oh my God, I'm being attacked. But you had no problem attacking the young boy with the N-word. But this is what Donald Trump has unleashed in America.
That's right.
Julianne, go ahead.
Without question, but this is what he said he was going to do. This is what he did last time around. This is what he did when he forced Mayor Bowser to paper over the Black Lives Matter sign. This is who he is. And all these used to be closet racists have been given permission to behave like the jackasses, excuse my language, that they are. He's given them permission to do it. And basically, they have gone wild, gone amok. One of the things I think you said earlier, someone did, she's holding a child in her hands, in her arms, and attacking a child. What is she teaching the child that she's holding in her arms? He is going to be the third or fourth or fifth or sixth generation of racists because she showed him what is acceptable. He's going to go to the playground and call a little boy who beats him at a game, the N-word. He's going to, we can't say what all he's going to do, but he has the worst kind of role modeling. And quite frankly, the Child Protective Services needs to come and get her child because she's unfit to raise a child. And that's what needs to happen. We have to fight back. Now, this is one case out of, I don't know how many, but this is startling. And it's startling. It makes you want to lay hands on somebody. Where you say she was again? What her address?
First of all, there's an open case. There's an open case in Rochester, Minnesota, where this took place. And here's, now remember, you have two things going on here on Mekongo. You've got the story out of Texas that we've covered as well, where Austin Metcalf, the white kid, was killed, and the black kid was charged, both students. But what's interesting here is there's this one person who goes by BIPOC something. This is literally what his tweet was. It's official. We won. So here's what they did. They showed how much has been raised to help the racist Shiloh Hendrix, and then they're comparing it to Carmelo Anthony, the young black kid who was charged with killing Austin Metcalf, and $520,000 was raised for his defense fund. But this person goes, "It's official, we won." Then when you go to this person's Twitter feed, they got 200,000 followers. They go by Christian colonizer. I screenshot in QT hateful, violent, ignorant, and racist tweets, hate and extremist content. X team, yeah, but you support racists. And then when you go underneath here, again, if you go underneath here, you're going to see all of these racists in their comments. And you're going to see all of the things they have to say because this is who they support. And people need to understand they are literally supporting bigots and bigotry. And I'm telling you right now, Donald Trump has absolutely, look at this person. We have raised over $120,000 in a few hours. This has sent a thermonuclear missile into the Overton window. big credit for assisting all of these people. Again, going by independent journalists, this is who they are. They are openly supporting bigotry, and they got no problem doing so because they know one of their own is sitting in the Oval Office. Their own is at the Department of Justice. It's in every facet of government. They've got Stephen Miller. It can go on and on and on. Racist, white supremacists, white nationalists are in control of the federal government. I'm a Congo, and then Julian.
Period, bottom line. Period, bottom line. You brought up Carmelo Anthony. Last time I checked, it was his family that had to move because of threats that they were getting. And, you know, we see stories like this across the country where Black families get attacked in some way, either physically or on social media. We are not the ones threatening to burn people's houses down. We are not the ones doxing people and having people do SWAT activities on people's homes. We are not the ones who were doing that. And so this whole story actually makes me more concerned for that child and his family and what's going to happen to them. Someone's going to put their information out there as well. And that's why these stories are important to get out there so people know that we have to protect them. We are the only ones who are going to be able to protect ourselves because we are dealing with a racist government. We're dealing with a racist president who, as you said, at least 6 times today already unleashed these people on us. They want the violence, they want the hate, they want the smoke. The fact that you're going to compare someone on a murder trial to a racist lady, you know, calling a child this is barbaric and disrespectful. I had a kid in my class who said that my class taught him that he was a racist because he was thinking about all of his experiences growing up. And he said when he was 5 years old, he remembers watching TV with his uncle and his uncle said, you see that person on TV? That's an N-word. Like he was getting that so young. And for people who thought that we've come so far and these new generations are so open-minded and so on and so forth, more of these young guys are MAGA, more of these young guys are racist, and more of these folks have no problem openly putting it out there and making money off it. And these companies are out there supporting it. I don't think she's lost a job. I don't think her kids have any problems going to school. And this is part of the problem as well.
Julian?
Congo has nailed it. I mean, what we have going on here is racists have been given permission to be racist. There was a time when racists kept it underground and undercover. They might use the N-word around their friends, but they would never use it in public. They would never identify with it. You know, they might grouse about it. But now, hey, all bets are off. The hoods have come off. They don't have to wear hoods anymore. The Klan is out. This woman is one of them Klanettes or whatever they call them. And shame on her. But she doesn't have any shame. To even put up a GoFundMe page suggests, or whatever they call it, go, suggests that she has no shame. And all these people who are sending in the comments and the dollars have no shame either. And what it does say to me is that we have to, Black folks have to be ready. You know, if we must die, let it not be like hogs, said Claude McKay, hunted and penned to this inglorious spot. That is where we are, hunted and penned. But he concluded his poem, If We Must Die, and said, pressed to the wall, dying, but fighting back. We must always fight back. This woman, I can't even tell you what all these happened to her. But it's not her personally, it's the lynching culture that has made it okay for a woman, a relatively young woman with a child in her arms. Why would you expose your child to that level of hatred? Why would you do that?
Easy, because because it ain't no different than the people who invited their children and had them standing out there lynchings. You know this.
Exactly.
This is who they are. This is what their life is. And I just need people to understand that they're not going anywhere because they are being emboldened. They're being emboldened by the person sitting in the Oval Office.
Hello, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. The window to invest in Fanbase is closing. We've raised over $10.6 million of our $17 million goal. That means there's room for less than 6,370 people to invest in Fanbase for the average amount. The minimum to invest in Fanbase right now is $399. That makes you an owner in Fanbase today. Go to startengine.com/fanbase to invest. Why? Because current social apps have taken advantage of users for far too long, with content suppression, shadow banning, harmful racist content, and no real tools for monetization and equity. Fanbase has over 1.4 million users and counting, allowing anyone to reach all their following and monetize their content from day one. Social media is the new TV, and whoever owns the apps that distribute that content have the opportunity to own potential billion-dollar companies. While big platforms with uncertain futures are failing to serve their users, Fanbase is stepping up to fill the gap. Don't wait until it's too late. Invest now, invest for yourself and your future. Go to startengine.com/fanbase and own the next generation of social media.